body. What we're gonna do, we're gonna recap what we did yesterday, and then we're gonna move on to today's. If you look carefully, yesterday's uh, expressions had what? One in front. I'm gonna put the one to show you, and then between yesterday's and today's work. And what's gonna happen? We are gonna do what we did yesterday, so you can verify that I'm doing the right thing. Then you can let's try it. You're gonna find all the pairs of factors that you can multiply and get 40 as a negative 40, but you're gonna work with 40 for now and just insert our signs of which you know about. So now we're gonna have 1 times 40. Then we're gonna have just 1 times 40, 2 times 20, 4 times 10, 5 times 8, 6 times, we don't want 6 times any decimal number. 7 is going to do the same thing. And we have 8 times 5, and we have 5 times 8 already. So these are all the pairs of factors that can multiply and give us 40. And if you look carefully, the one that we worked with yesterday would have been 4 and 10, but we got to insert a sign. So if we insert a sign for us to get negative 6, that negative must be on what? 10. So in other words, it is what? 4 times 4 plus negative 10, and 4 times negative 10. Good. And from there, we're going to go and expand it and go through the process. And now we're going to have what? X squared plus 4x minus 10x minus 40. From there, you're going to go factorizing pairs. Factorizing pairs, of which we did yesterday with this exact exercise. We're going to have what? What's coming in the first pair? Because we have the triple factorization. 1, 2, and factorize what this is going to give to us. We're going to have what? Uh, Here we have x is coming, so we're going to have x times, and of course I'm going to set up my parentheses. So x into x squared is x, because x times x is x, and x into 4x is 4, because 4 times x times 4 is 4x. From there now, and you factorize in a system like this here, what's in the first parentheses go into the second parentheses. And from there, you're going to see what times that's in the second parentheses. Give us a second pair. And if you look carefully, it is 10. What is the negative 10? Because negative 10 can go into negative 10x and give us x. And negative 10 into negative 40 is positive 4. And here now we're going to factorize again. So what's coming? I think that by now you should get it. We're going to have what? X plus 4 times x minus 10. And this is these are the factors of this quadratic expression if you should factorize it. Of course, you have other variant methods that you could use to factorize such a system. But I'm just trying to highlight this one here so that you could have an appreciation for it. In the future, I'm going to highlight other methods and approaches that you could use to simplify such an expression. Let's go on and see this one here now, because we are seeing that x squared coefficient is no longer 1, but it is 2 in this case, and now it is 6 in the next case. But let's go and see what's going to happen here. And we're going to take a shot at this and see where we end up. Because in other words, if we look carefully, we will get to the point. I'm going to use the bubble approach. If you look carefully, the quadratic expression is what? Ax squared. I'm going to write in the corner. If you don't see, it's not a problem. It is what? Ax squared plus bx plus c. So if you're not seeing it, does that sound familiar? Even if you would have written it down so that you can see it, good. So please note that. So in other words, we're going to multiply the coefficient of x squared by the last term, which is a constant. So in other words, we multiply a times c, which is 2 times 4, which is 8, and we put it in here, in the bubble. And what do we need now? We need two numbers. When you multiply them, you get 8. And when you add them, you get 9. So what are those two numbers? So let's go and let's get after them and see what happens. What are the pairs of factors we can multiply and get 8? They are what? 1 and 8 and 2 times 4. If we try to add 2 and 4, you will not get 9. So it means that 1 and 8 would be the pair that we're going to be working with. So in other words, this is really what? For some folks, I'm going to write 1x plus 8x, or 1 plus 8 is 9, and 1, and we have 1 times 8. So please note that, right? Kind of focuses on 8 because of this coefficient of x squared being more than 1. So let's go and expand. So we're going to have what? Now we're going to have 2x squared. And what will the 9x become? It's going to become what? X plus 8x, because x plus 8x is 9x. I hope you get that. I'm going to write back the 4. And if you look carefully, like we have 4 terms in the first term, in the first exercise, 1, 2, 3, 4, in the first step, is the same amount of terms we have here as well. Now we're going to factorize in pairs. We're going to go through the process. So the aim is to just multiply A by C, get your number in the bubble. You get 2 times when you multiply them, you get the number in the bubble. And when you add them, you get 9. Let's go and get us going. What's what's common in the first two terms? X. We're going to have X, open parentheses. Yes. With this method, of course, you're always writing a pair of parentheses. And what's x into 2x squared? 2x. How come? Because x times 2x is 2x squared. And what is x into x? Is 1. Nothing else, because x times 1 is x. And what's represented in this first pair of parentheses? You're going to put it in the second pair of parentheses. And what times this in the second pair of parentheses give us the second pair of terms? So we're going to try 4 and try 4. Let's see if it's correct. 4 times 2x is 8x. 4 times 1 is 4. Yes, it's good. So in other words, if you look carefully, we're going to have do another factorization. The concept is the same. What is common this time? I'm going to mark them off so you can see. Yeah. So it means the 2x plus 1 times, we're going to leave it x plus 4. Bam, and this is the end of the factorizing of such a system where the coefficient of x squared is greater than 2. Oh, and all the terms are positive, if you notice, right? All the terms are positive, and I have the impression that lots of you like to work with positive terms. What about when it has negatives in it? Let's go and try this one now. The approaches we use here, we're going to use here, of course. We're going to draw a bubble, and of course, we know that this is A and this is C. So what is 6 times? What is 6 times? I'm going to be pointing. What is 6 times negative 1? That's negative 6, right? Good. And we got to get a pair of numbers when we multiply them, a pair of factors when we multiply, we get negative 6. So let's go and see all the pairs that we can multiply and get 6. What are they? 1 times 6. And what else? 2 times 3. And from there, it looks as if you put a negative on the 1 or the 6, we will not get this. I'm going to put this 1 here for some folks. That's a negative 1. That coefficient of x is negative 1. So this pair here is out. Of these two, which of them we're going to put, which one of them we're going to put a negative sign on? To get a negative 1, we're going to be a negative 3. If we put it on 2, we're going to get a positive 1, and we need a negative 1. And from there, we're going to go through the whole process of what? Writing back the first term, a negative 1 it becomes what? Plus 2x minus 3x, and write back the negative 1. And from there now, we're going to go and factorize in pairs. Good. So what's common in the first pair? Common in the first pair, we have, for numbers, we have 2, because 2 can be divided into 6 and 2. And the highest common factor for x squared and x is x. In other words, it's 2x is common. If you look carefully, 2x is common. So let's go and do the necessaries to fill in the parentheses. We're gonna have what are we gonna have? Let's go and get that going. What is 2x into 2x into 6x squared? That's 3x. How come? Because 2x times 3x is 6x squared. And what is 2x into itself? And dividing quantities that are the same, the result is always 1. Don't forget that. And what's represented in this pair of parentheses, we put in the second pair of parentheses. Don't forget that as well. And what's common in the second pair? Do you see anything common? Right, there's no number common, but there's a sign common. So we gotta pull on that sign. So we're gonna just negative, as in negative what? As in negative 1. Please note that. And what's common again? If we factorize it, we're gonna have what? 3x plus 1 common. Please note that. So we're going to have 3x plus 1 common. So you record that. And what's going to end up in the final pair of parentheses? 2x minus 1. 2x minus 1. And this is how you solve such a system. So you can recall from what we did in the past sessions. See how we would have applied them here. And you could also visit back the video to see what you get and what you're going to do. I'm not telling you what's coming up tomorrow. I did that in the past sessions. You're going to try 1, try 2, and see what experience you're going to get using what we did today. Thank you very much. God bless you and see you at the top.